Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to Sloka Day. Today Shloka number 15 of chapter 14. Rajase pralayam gatva
Rajasi pralayam gatva
karma sangeshu jayate
karma sangishu jayate
tatha praleenastamasi
tatha pralinastamasi
mudhayonishu jayate.
mudhayonishu jayate.
Word for word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Rajasi,
Rajasi,
in passion.
in passion.
Pralayam,
Pralayam,
dissolution.
dissolution.
Tattva,
Gatva,
attaining.
attaining.
Karma sangishu,
Karma sangishu,
in the association of those engaged in fruitive activities.
in the association of those engaged in fruitive activities.
Jayate,
Jayate,
takes birth.
takes birth.
Tatha,
Tatha,
similarly.
similarly.
Pralinaha,
Pralinaha,
being dissolved.
being dissolved.
Tamasi,
Tamasi,
in ignorance.
in ignorance.
Mudhayonishu,
Mudha yonishu,
an animal species.
in animal species.
Jayate,
Jayate,
takes birth.
takes birth.
Translation: when one dies in the mode of passion,
when one dies in the mode of passion,
he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities.
he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities.
And when one dies in the mode of ignorance,
and when one dies in the mode of ignorance,
he takes birth in the animal kingdom.
He takes birth in the animal kingdom.
So here Prabhupada is writing, some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops the mode of ignorance, after his death he is degraded to an animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process to come again to the human form of life. Therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to the mode of goodness and in good association transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. This is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status. So clearly in this shloka, there is no guarantee that your next life will be a human life. As Prabhupada says, we are actually preparing our next body in this life based on how we conduct ourselves, our attitude, our belief systems, our practices, etc. All of that is determining your body in the next life. So therefore, we have to be very cautious, very careful. From another parampara, Vaishnava parampara, Sri Krishna, which is both shlokas 14 and 15 together, the commentary. 14 was what happens if you die in the mode of goodness. And 15 is what happens when you die in the mode of rajoguna or tamoguna. Sri Krishna explains that the destiny awaiting the souls is based upon the gunas of their personalities. We get what we deserve is God's law, the law of karma. Those who cultivated virtues, knowledge, and a service attitude toward others are born in families of pious people, scholars, social workers, etc. Or else they go to the higher celestial abodes. Those who permitted themselves to be overcome by greed, avarice, and worldly ambitions are born in families focused on intense material activity, very often the business class. Those who are inclined to intoxication, violence, laziness, and dereliction of duty are born amongst families of drunks and illiterate people. Otherwise, they are made to descend down the evolutionary ladder and are born into the animal species. Many people wonder whether, having once attained the human form, it is possible to slip back into the lower species. This verse reveals that the human form does not remain permanently reserved for the soul. Those who do not put it to good use are subject to the terrible danger of moving downward into the animal forms again. Thus, all paths are open at all times. The soul can climb upward in its spiritual evolution, remain at the same level, or even slide down, based upon the intensity and frequency of the gunas it adopts. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, there are more than 200 verses on the gunas, clearly indicating to us how important the Lord believes we should understand how these three gunas are actually influencing us and entrapping us in this material world. So, unless we really understand how gunas influence us, how will we be um, enthusiastic about and determined about changing how we are leading our lives today? So, once we understand this, then it becomes clear to us what is it that we need to do to, at least at a minimum, guarantee that we will take a human form again and have another opportunity at learning how to serve the Lord, serve the devotees, and ultimately learn how to love them. Otherwise, it's a pretty, as Prabhupada frequently says, it's a very precarious situation for human beings. We are standing on the knife's edge. If we don't watch it, we can go south. In the sense, your consciousness can really deteriorate and you can go into lower species. And of course, here the Lord is saying you can go into the animal kingdom, but in a future shloka, few shlokas ahead, He will say we can also go to hellish planets. So, one is degradation of your consciousness can take you to lower species, and really significant degradation of your consciousness can take you to lower planetary systems also. And the reverse is also true. An elevation of your consciousness gradually can take you to higher planetary systems, or it can take you into a future human birth where you are born into opulence or a family of knowledge, etc. So both poles, both extremes, goodness and ignorance, are two extremes of this, and both of them are conditioned. Of course, Rajaguna means you're going to take birth again and again and again, so that you can pursue all your ambitions and your desires. So, very, very cautionary set of shlokas for devotees. We have to be on the lookout.
If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification. If you'd like to join our classes every day, please check the details in the description section of this video. We look forward to serving you.